Problem B2. Laura went for a training ride on her bike. She covered the first 10% of the total distance in 20% of the total time of the ride. What was the ratio of her average speed over the first 10% of the distance to her average speed over the remaining 90% of the distance? Now to do this problem, we're going to use ratios of speeds, of course, but we know that speed is equal to distance over time, all right? So we can let D1 represent the distance covered in the first bit. So distance in first bit, and then D2 is the same. Is distance in 2, right? Now we can let T1 be the time in 1, the first part, and T2 be the time in 2. So then we can construct this equation. Well, we're trying to find a ratio, so we have D1 over T1 all over D2 over T2. That's the ratios of the speeds from the first distance, well, the first part of the training, to the second part of the training. Now we can just evaluate this out, but before we do that, we sub in the values. So D1 is 10% of the entire thing, right? So we're just gonna write 10. Everything is in percent, so it's fine. We can just write it like that. And then, of course, yeah, because percents all cancel out. And this is 20. Then we have this one over here. That's a big 90. And this bottom one is a big 80. This evaluates to 1/2 over 9/8. And that is equal to 1/2 to 9/8 ratios. And then we can just cross multiply. So we get 8 to 18. And then from that, we can simplify to 4 to 9. And that is indeed our final answer.